folks, Caroline here. It's that time in the afternoon, it's cup of coffee time. And so much to say. I don't even know where to start. But I think I'll try and keep it simple. Yesterday, Sunday, trying to record a YouTube ad. Oh my God, it was hard. I am exhausted just from thinking about it, to be honest. So my plan, my target, was to have my first YouTube ad campaign launched and running by the end of this year, 31st of December. So that's fine, that was my plan. I've been chipping away at it. I got some studio equipment from my parents for my birthday, which I'm very grateful for. So I've been playing with setting that up and setting my studio up and all the technical side of it, that's fine. Setting the camera up, that's fine. Getting in front of the camera, don't have a problem talking on camera. Hopefully you've got used to that by now. But trying to write a script, Jesus, I have not found anything quite so difficult in my life before. Sorry, that's a camera bag just falling on the floor. So yesterday morning, I had a call, 8:30 yesterday morning on a Sunday morning, with one of my marketing coaches, Amy, and really good call, and some really interesting stuff came out of it actually. We were talking about my marketing message, and so that fired me up. So she said to me, you know, I said I wanted to get this up and running by the end of the year. She said, try the end of next week. And I was like, okay. She said, Christmas coming up, December, everyone's at home, what are they going to be doing? They're all going to be on their smartphones. They're all going to be thinking about, oh, what this year has and hasn't brought, and what they want to do next year and how they want to change their lives. Prime time to be right in front of them. And I was like, yeah, fair point. No, take that. I understand that. So I'm like, right, okay. So what do I need to do to get my YouTube ad out there? Well, I've already been working on my website. I've already been working on Google compliance and things like that. Okay, I need to build a landing page. That's fine, no problem. I built hundreds of those for my Bing campaigns. That's not going to be a problem. But let's start with recording the ad. Now, I've been trying to write scripts. I've been trying to write YouTube scripts for months now. Admittedly, sort of like, you know, in the background, half-heartedly thinking, I'll just like keep plugging away at this, hoping that, you know, something will come out of it, so that when I'm actually ready, I'll have something prepared. You know, because I am literally learning so much about myself day by day by day that it's changing. And every day I can come up with 3 new YouTube scripts. Except I can't, because I can't finish a damn one of them. But anyway, so I got excited, and I also watched a call on Friday with another member of the community that I'm in, who was talking again about how to really connect with your audience, to really work out who your audience is, and not define them based on their men or women of a certain age, in a certain country, speaking a certain language, doing a certain profession. They're just labels. That's just an exterior way of categorizing people, but that doesn't speak to who they actually are underneath it all. And he was saying that what your avatar, what your target customer is people who share the same construct of reality as you, assuming that you're basing your avatar on you, and you want to attract more people who believe what you believe and have the same values as you. So by construct of reality, he was talking about people who share beliefs and values with you. So fine, so then it's about understanding what your beliefs and values are, and in terms of who you want to attract. So he takes you through this exercise, a why exercise, similar to one I've seen before. I've seen it called like the 7 levels deep exercise, but this one you can go as deep as you want. But it's to really understand, first of all, what does your business offer? What's the solution that your business offers? And what's the problem that it's trying to solve? Because every business out there, any business you could ever think of, exists to solve a problem. So what problem does your business try and solve? And once you start with that, then you can say, okay, well, why is that a problem, or why are they trying to solve it? What is it that they believe that solving that problem will give them, or take away, you know, or stop them feeling, you know, either stop them feeling bad or make them feel good, you know, in its simplest form. Okay, now this was a brilliant call. I really enjoyed this call because it really helped me kind of connect the dots. So anyway, so I then sat down after this call yesterday morning with Amy, and I was like, right, okay, so thinking about what I've got planned this week, if I need to get it out and launched by Friday, by the end of today, by the end of Sunday night, I am not going to bed until I've written and recorded an ad. Studio was all set up, everything was ready to go. All I needed to do was get the script and stand in front of the camera and speak it. 10:30 last night, I think, and I recorded something, and if I'm quite honest, I'm too scared to look at it because it's going to require a lot of editing, because I struggled. Like, it's crazy because, and this is something else Amy said, people don't buy what you say, people don't buy what you sell. They buy your energy, your passion, and the belief that you are the leader that will solve their problems. So, let's go on the passion and the energy. You need to be yourself when you're recording these videos. In order to really connect with your audience, you need to be in that energy space where you're finding that thing that you're so passionate about, that you really want to solve, or you really want to help people solve, or you really want to wake people up to something that you believe, that you will attract other people who go, well, yes, I believe that too. Yes, I want that. I didn't even know I wanted it, but yes, where do I sign up? And so trying to get myself into that energy space was one thing. But the second thing was talking. Now there's a difference between a monologue and a dialogue. Monologue like this, I'm essentially talking to myself. I'm talking to you, and I know that there's going to be people out there going to be watching this, so it's a monologue. It's a one-way conversation. It's not interactive. You're not speaking back to me right now. And then there's a dialogue, and that's a conversation where you have two people and there's interaction. Now put me in a dialogue, and I can talk to the cows come home. I can tell every story. I've got stories coming out of my backside about whatever you want me to tell you a story about. I've got a story for everything. And I can just summon them when I need them. When I'm trying to make a point to illustrate something, the stories come up. Try and put one of those on paper, well, on the laptop, and write it down so that you can make sure you've got the structure, that you're getting people, you're connecting with them in the first few seconds of your video ad. You're qualifying out the people that aren't going to be your kind of people in literally the first 10 seconds, so that you don't waste money with people watching your ad and then go, oh, that's all very nice, but that's not for me. Then so you've got to connect with them, then you've got to show them that you understand them better than they understand themselves. That's where you typically tell a story, where you illustrate pain points that they're feeling. This is where the avatar work comes in, so you're really understanding what their pain points are and what their problem is that they then want to solve. And then you come in and show that you're the leader that's going to help them solve that problem, that you have the solution to that problem. And that's essentially all the video ad needs to do. And it only needs to be a couple of minutes long. And in fact, somebody else gave me some good advice. You don't need to show somebody how to bake the cake. You just need to show them the cake and show them how tasty and yummy and scrummy it is. And I thought that was a really good piece of advice. Thank you, Brian Parsley, for that one. And that helped me kind of think, okay, good, I don't need to tell the whole story. I don't need to tell my life story on a video. I just need to tempt them in to the next stage of the process. And do that just by sharing my passion for what I believe. Now again, it sounds really simple. In fact, I could probably just launch into an ad right here, right now, because as you can tell, I'm energized. But I try and write it down in a script so that I can make sure that I cover those points in the right order. I pick the right story to go with the point I'm trying to make. And that's the bit where I get stuck, is the punchline. Now, I love jokes. And I remember laughing at a lot of jokes. And I can probably tell you the beginning of the joke. But you know, I never remember the punchline. Or, the other way around, I remember the punchline and can't remember how to get there. But anyway, it's connecting the bits together, getting that congruency, getting that story from beginning, middle and end. It's just something I really struggle with. Now, I don't know whether it's I struggle with it altogether or whether it's just trying to commit it to paper. But I just kept finding myself yesterday in this same hole of getting to the story bit, and then just getting so wrapped up in the writing. You know, I was writing a kid's storybook. I was just getting so wrapped up in the words I was going to use and how I was going to tell this story that I forgot why I was telling the story in the first place. And this just happened. Literally, I started at least 10 scripts yesterday, and it was doing my head in. And I know up here that way of working is not the way to go. It's not productive, it's not conducive, it's not putting the right energy behind the message, because you're trying to force it. And so I know what I needed to do was just walk away, go for a walk, do something else, distract myself, change my frame of mind, and then that the inspiration would come to me when I let go. But I couldn't do it because I was like, no, I'm not going to bed till I've written this blooming ad. And then I was like, middle of the afternoon, I meditated, I had a visualization session, I did all that, and then I got stuck back into it. But I just couldn't let go of this blooming goal of getting this flipping ad recorded by the end of the night. So anyway, I've got something. I'll have a look at it. It's probably rubbish, but I've had to pack the studio away now. I've got the washing out ready for, I'm going away tomorrow, back on Wednesday, and my housemate's due to come back on Wednesday, which will be wonderful. Really looking forward to seeing him. But I know that when he's around, I struggle to work, I struggle to focus and work in the way that I work, which is just the work just like comes to me rather than me sitting down between 9 o'clock and 5 o'clock or whatever time of day. I just don't seem to work that way, or don't seem to work productively that way, as yesterday is a good example. So anyway, if any of you have any tips on how to do these blooming YouTube ads, or maybe what I need to do is just get somebody on FaceTime or something on my phone and just talk to a real human being, because what I need to say is inside, I just need to let it out. But yeah, it's just really struggling to do it on my own, I think. I had a really good call with my accountability partner yesterday, Serge, and on that call we talked through what I was going to say, and I got really energised about it. And then the call ended and I was like, well, I really ought to eat some dinner. It's like 9 o'clock at night and I haven't eaten yet, but I just want to record this thing, and I want to go with it while I'm feeling it. And that's when I recorded. What I did record was just like, I'm just going to talk at the camera and hope that I can pick out bits of what I need from that like 12 minutes worth of stuff, and pick out the bits and turn it into something that makes some sense. But then after that I just had to sit down and just have some dinner and watch some TV and just try and calm down and bring I was in fight or flight response. I know I was. I could sense it, I could feel it, and I just had to say to, you know, I very nearly sat up then and edited the video last night just so I could go to bed with some peace of mind that I'd done my task. But I just said, no, Caroline, you need to walk away from this. You need to step back, let it go, come fresh, get some perspective when you're in the right energy, and it will happen the way it's meant to happen. If the video is meant to be done by Friday, it'll be done by Friday. If it's not, it won't. But I still learn so much about myself in the process, and that's a fascinating thing. But it's really difficult, I find now, because I'm so far along. I've changed so much internally. People wouldn't notice it from the outside, but I've changed so much internally that it's really hard for me to put myself back where I was 7 months ago, before I found the SFM, and where I was in that place, to try and connect with people who were right there, right then. But that's my mission, and that's what marketing is about. So that was a very long-winded video. I'm very sorry. Not really, because I just needed to say it while it was there. And don't know if I'll post this one because it's a bit long, but we'll see. Anyway, I hope you're all doing very well, and I wish you all lots of luck on your own scripting journeys, and I will see you in the next video. Alright, take care. Bye bye.